Hi everyone in the Kate Langford community. Come on into today's live. I'm so excited to be back and to be chatting with you again and doing a bit of a midweek chat on how we can help with your career. So this week we're going to be talking about being successful in 2022 and how you can do that in just 5 simple steps. So I want you to start doing these things so you can have the best year in 2022. Don't forget to like, share and comment if you've got any questions, and do comment below and let me know where you're checking in from, and say hi and let us know if you've got any questions that I can cover on here for you as well. So hi Jimmy, come on in, give us a like if you can hear me, and make sure that the sounds are working. But we are going to be covering, like I said, those steps to have the most successful 2022, okay? If you want more one-to-one support, remember you can book in for a 20-minute anytime, and the link is down below. But let's get stuck into it. Let's have some fun. I'll let everybody kind of come in. If you're watching #replay, let us know so we can see who's following along and who's finding it super helpful as well. But as you guys know, I have been away for a couple of weeks, and it's taken some amazing time to reflect, and it was a really great time to do it over Christmas to get some perspective on what I wanted for 2022. So if any of you guys aren't in employment right now, you've been made redundant, and or you're just really sick of your job, you're sick of what you're doing day in, day out in your grind. A lot of us have stayed there and settled for that because of COVID, and a lot of other people, as you might have seen Kate's talk on the Great Resignation, that people are realizing they're not really living to their full potential, and they really want to make the rest of their life count, right? Hi everyone, come on in. Hi Tony, hi Andrina, come on in, come on in. We're doing 5 steps to land your ideal career in 2022, and it's really based around mindset. And I was sat having this amazing one-on-one time with my kids, and actually stopping, and I listened to Will Smith's new book. If you haven't read it already, it's awesome. But it really kind of put some perspective. I listened to some of Kate's lives that she's done over the years, and it just kind of all started clicking. I was like, yes, that is exactly what we need to be doing. And I kind of come up with this idea in my head that I wanted to share with you guys that came to me. So your mental health and well-being is everything. I am so lucky that I now work in a job that I love, but I didn't. And so when I was sat down, obviously it was a lot easier for me to kind of get everything together. And I thought, well, what are you guys wanting? Like, if you're not enjoying your job or getting the growth or feeling burnt out and overwhelmed, or you're not employed and you want to be, then what are you going to need to do to get to where you want to be in this 2022? Okay, so I came up with 5 little steps for you. And they all start with P, so I call them my 5 Ps that I've been practicing and putting into action myself, which I've found really successful so far. So basically what it is 5 simple words that can help you to start taking some action, because that's what Kate Langford is all about. She's an action taker. That's why you come to us, right? Because you're not getting results in what you're doing and you want things to change. Let's get it done. So number 1 is perception. It's how you're looking at the situation, and that's a tough one because it is a little bit of a hard pill to swallow sometimes. We can feel like we're being positive, but there's a negative spin on it, or you're seeing something in a different light, or you're not really seeing the full big picture. So make sure that you sit back and you stop and have a look at how you're perceiving the situation, and if there's anything that you've missed going into things. So when you sit down and you don't do anything, you think, oh wow, I've missed that about my my children or my life, and I've just gone, oh wow, I wasn't seeing that before. So make sure that you're having a look and changing your perception on what actually is going on and what's happening. It could be like a toxic work environment that you think, I thought it was okay to be treated like this, and my perception is that if I just do that, then this will happen, but really that's not the reality. Something needs to change, okay? Once we have done that, we need to put a plan in place. So you need to have a plan of what you want to do with your career. It's all good to just change jobs and give it a go. That's fantastic. But at the end of the day, all these jobs add to where you should be, right? And you get to that point in life where you're like, I've got so much to give and so much to offer. If it's a mismatch of everything, sometimes it's really hard to find what that next step is. So pop in a plan in place, get to know what kind of roles and ideal industries that are going to be the best fit for you moving forward. And that could be anything from fulfillment to money to career progression to long-term goals. It's really, really important to take step by step and know that it's not going to all happen at once, but if you're doing the right steps, you are going to get to your goal. And this is really important for our third P, which is patience. And patience is important to understand that if you have a really big goal and you see yourself being earning a certain wage or feeling a certain feeling at work or starting your own business, whatever it is for you, it starts with small steps. Okay, and that's for any goal in life, any plan that you put in place. So you need to have the patience to do some of the work that you might not have wanted to do in order to get to the big goal from where you are. So some of those steps might not be the ideal fits or the ideal steps, but they're necessary to get to that goal. And that's why it's important to have that plan in place, because then you're not wasting your time doing something that isn't going to get you anywhere. It's like climbing a staircase that's not really connected to the one you actually want to be on, and then you've actually got to go back down that staircase and try and start again, right? So don't waste your time, but be patient. If you're on the right staircase, then it's important to just sit tight and do what you need to do to get to the next phase. But let's make sure that that is the right phase. So again, if you haven't done a coaching session here or a 20-minute or whatever it is, make sure you jump on the link below and book in, because it's really, really important. It's like the best thing you'll ever do. The fourth P is problem solve. So again, you're going up the staircase and you think, yeah, this is awesome. I'm totally getting to where I want to be. And then something comes into your way. And most people kind of try a little bit and then they go, I can't do that, or it's too hard, or it's not the right time, or they find something where they can't get past it. And we're about problem solving here. And any time that there's a situation that you feel you can't work through, don't quit. If it's really your goal, then make sure that you keep pushing through and you problem solve. And that could be yourself, or you could phone a friend, phone us, phone anybody that can actually help you through and give you that advice. And sometimes it is professional advice and not somebody that you know because of that bias. But whatever it is, don't quit on your goal if that's where you want to be. But if you look up and you think that's not actually the goal that I want, we need to actually reassess that staircase, and you'll be heading back down to the second P, back down to planning. Which, again, if you've got time, great. If you don't and you're like, no, I want to get it right the first time, let's start getting it right the first time, okay? And if you don't problem solve, you're really not going to get to your goal anyway, because that barrier is going to stand in your way and it's going to consume you and take over, and that's when you feel really sad and that perception starts again, and again you're back down at that number one. So make sure that you're willing to problem solve, that you're willing to do the work that it takes to get there, and if you can't work it out yourself, reach out. That's what we're here for. Let us know how we can help, ask questions, and be proactive. Number 5 is people. Make sure you surround yourself with the right people. Sometimes, we're doing a vision here about climbing the stairs. Well, sometimes it's not about climbing them alone. You might have different people at different intervals. Some might be on your own, some might be with people. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. So if you feel like you've got to get through, 3 years of uni to do what you need to do, like in social work, for example, then don't do it alone. Surround yourself with people that are going to help you get the best grades, the best understanding. Go to every lecture that you can, put everything into it. And same with your career. If you're going into a job that you think, oh, it's not really where I want to be, but you can surround yourself in an industry that you're passionate about, or something that's going to help you grow, that's worth it, right? That's worth it. And the people will make such a difference to your motivation, because if you're not internally motivated to do it, the people around you can externally motivate you and keep you on track to help you get to your goal. It's like doing one of those big runs. I mean, people have a support network for that reason, because it gets to the point where it's so challenging that they can't possibly keep going without them. and they're there to bring them water, to bring them food and make sure they're okay, to medics and all of that. They're there for the support, and they're the right people to motivate that person to cross that finish line. So if you're not already surrounded by those people, whether that's in your personal life or at work, it's really time to reassess. Absolutely. And have a think about who in 2022 is going to be serving you and your long-term goal to actually help people as well. So I hope this helps. That's the 5 Ps. We've got perception, planning, patience, problem solve, and people. If you're missing any of these, or if you want some support with them, then let us know and you can book in for your 20-minute below. And I'm really looking forward to helping you. I've been helping heaps of people already, just back only 2 days, and I've already had so many conversations where we've really set out their goals and worked backwards to see what's actually standing in the way on those staircases and how they're going to get through them. Some of them choose to do it together, some of them on their own, but what matters is that they can actually identify what's holding them back to that staircase, or if they're even on the wrong staircase altogether, which is super, super fun. So if you do need some support with that, let us know. I look forward to talking to you and helping you shape your 2022 and live your best life. Honestly, that's all we ever want for you here, is just to do something you love and be fulfilled and reach your full potential as an individual as well. So let me know if you've got any questions. I'm happy to answer them below. For now, I'm going to go get back to some amazing conversations this afternoon. The calendar is getting quite booked, so do make sure that you are jumping in now. The market is going to go crazy. It's all up in the air with COVID, so just make sure that you're prepared. You're the person with the resume. You're the person ready. You're the one making relationships and building trust. And you know, when you interview, you nail it, because you don't have the opportunities like before where you can just play around. This is it. If you do it right, and save yourself a whole heap of time and stress as well. I look forward to speaking to you more, and I'll see you next week for my next live, and have a great day. Bye everyone.